So it's now August that I'm filming this, but this project started way back in February. My mum mentioned that she'd seen an advert stating that Alsager Community Theatre Group, so our local theatre group, were putting on a production of Emma, and she told me because she thought I might want to audition, you know, as the Janeite that I am, I want to be involved. And as soon as she said, I knew I wanted to be involved, just not on stage. I had such an intuitive nudge at the time that I should film this whole thing, their journey from auditions through to rehearsals, through all the chaos and camaraderie that comes with community projects, all the way through to opening night. So I contacted Alsager Community Theatre Group and they said about meeting up so that we could discuss it more. For me, there was just something so meta about, you know, a small town staging Emma, a story about a small town of quirky and complex characters who can't help but get entangled in each other's lives. But I also felt like this was a chance to capture something bigger and to tell a story of community, to talk about why community projects like this are vital, not just in the arts, but in terms of identity and connection. The pandemic feels like an age ago now, but I also think the implications of the pandemic are still having this ripple effect through society. Our lives, a lot of the time, you know, revolve around the online world. Third spaces, the places where we used to gather together as a community, like libraries, village halls, churches, they are all disappearing at a rapid pace. And loneliness, which I feel like used to just be an issue for a few people, is now touching across all ages, backgrounds and walks of life. So yes, this is a story about Alsager putting on Emma, but it's also a story about every town, about what it means to show up, to create together, to find the joy in shared projects. And I hope watching it inspires you to step outside and get involved with what's going on in your doorstep. Now, I am not a professional videographer. I just love to tell and capture stories. And this project has definitely been the most challenging one I have ever embarked on. It's been, you know, 6 or 7 months worth of work, 100+ hours worth of footage, and a very difficult few weeks of editing, but it's also been so rewarding. I have had the most incredible time getting to know everybody involved in this theatre group, and I just feel like we just had such a magical experience, like going through this together, them, you know, learning the lines and creating these characters, and then, you know, eventually putting on this show for an audience. It's been such a wonderful experience, and I'm so grateful for Alsager Community Theatre Group for trusting me to tell their story. Part 1 starts with my first ever meeting with Eileen and Vicky. This is a meeting I never planned to record. When I showed up, I didn't even know if they'd want me to actually do this. You know, I put the idea out there, but I didn't know whether or not they'd want to go ahead with it. But when I got there, they were so welcoming, and they were just talking about these amazing stories that they had from past productions, and their friendship just was really shining through. And so I just popped up my phone and started recording the project from that day on. But I really hope you're going to enjoy this 3-part video diary, which is what it's become. And so without further ado, this is the making of Emma. How many years will it be this year for you both then doing this?
Well, I've been with ACT since 2018. I sort of thought, well, you know, I've got skills. I did a year of not on the committee, and then I've been on the committee ever since, but I've had a number of different roles. But ACT is 52 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know how long?
Do you know? I have no idea. But I would reckon it might be getting to those places.
That's a lot of productions.
It is. But I can still remember the first time I came, or I went to it. And I'd been saying for a while, you know, I really fancy going along. And my husband persuaded me to go in the end. And I walked into the library, which is where we used at the time. There was a guy there, and he welcomed me, looked after me, and introduced me, and gave me a cup of coffee, and I sat and watched. And then that was it. Never actually left. So I think I'm probably, at the moment, apart from Barbara, because Barbara who is the...
She's one of the original medalists.
Oh, wow, the opening. Yeah. What a journey then. We're very proud of you.
Eileen and I, over the last, 3 or 4 years, our friendship has grown.
Oh yeah, we work very closely together.
Yeah.
And I respect what Vicky brings to ACT.
That we all have different roles to play.
Yeah.
We all bring strengths. The fact that mine's actually in the nitty-gritty of putting on performances, that's my skill. Eileen brings a plethora of other skills. Eileen is treasurer, secretary, general, maker of costumes, director of plays, performer, all of those things. She's done all of those things. But now, she's pivotal.
Not intentional.
No, but you've grown into that role because people turn to you. What happens now, Eileen? Her husband also goes and just box office. My chap, he tows the trailer for moving everything from Glebe Farm to performance and back again. He hefts chairs about and that sort of thing. And some of us aren't that young, we all try and do our bit. And it's the community aspect of it, I think, that is so desperately important to us. At the cost, to some degree, of perfection, you put together as a community, and that's what keeps us going, I think, because there's as much drama off stage as there is on.
Sometimes there's more drama off stage. No, well, someone else fell down the stairs.
It looked Morton Hall as well. They were...
No, at home.
Oh, at home? Oh, God. Oh, but you did? Oh.
Yes. It was pretty traumatic, so we didn't see her again for the rest of the run. I heard it on the local radio.
No!
Yes. That the
fire brigade.
That the air ambulance had been sent for, and fire engine. And I thought... It was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yes. After that, the lady who was playing the part of got shingles. And she was in such pain with it, she couldn't come in. So I thought of all the cast that we had and who would fit her dress. And I was the one that actually fitted the dress. So I ended up with a big fan and the book or the words on the fan, trying to learn it. That's a tough production, but it was great fun.
We've adapted something, it's 56 chapters.
Right.
And for Emma, and the difficulty of adapting something like that, there are always key speeches that you cannot lose. There's always those lines you cannot lose. Who notices Miss Smith when Miss Woodhouse is here? You could not do the play without that.
Right.
So, yeah, absolutely. From an adaptation point of view, you've got to make sure you've got all those moments because the audience come expecting those moments.
The hammy is a wooden pig, and it is given to the actor who has gone above and beyond to make their performance a success. And it can be given for a really outstanding performance, the longest speech. It was given to somebody for running across Little Morton Hall, from the hall to the dressing room door, stark naked. Apart from a cushion to hide the essential. So that was going above and beyond. The other one we have is the Nelly, and that is actually an elephant, a wooden elephant. And the Nelly is given to the backstage person who has gone above and beyond to make the play a success.
Yeah, and this just only 3 weeks ago, we had our very first annual awards evening.
Lovely.
And that was the first time we tried to do that. And
It
that
was brilliant,
that
wasn't
was
it?
brilliant night.
Yeah, it was. It was lovely to have the whole membership together, or as many as we could. It wasn't absolutely everyone. Not everybody could make it.
I mean, not only that, you could. I mean, I couldn't get through the door without hugs. I couldn't get across the room. Everybody wanted to give you a hug, and me, you did the same. The feeling of being together and all of that. So you're proposing that you're going to come to auditions on Sunday, aren't you?
Yes, I definitely want to get footage there. I'm excited to see how this is going to unfold. Testing audio distance.
It could go on my t-shirt.
Oh yeah, perfect.
But can you put it on my t-shirt?
Yeah, perfect. Let's do that. There we go. Perfect.
Perfect.
So we've got some beauties on the list.
Yes, we have.
Families as well, haven't we?
We have got families coming in. We've also got a couple of members who haven't been for a while that have put their name down for this one. So they aren't on the list because they didn't specifically say a time. So we've got quite a busy, fingers crossed, 12:30 slot. Okay. First one's arrived. Then we've got the next slot at 1:30. That's a busy slot. Lots more pink than blue on this sheet, but
That's okay. With lots of ladies' roles, but there are 7 men's roles.
right.
And there's not 7 blue bits on here.
How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7, but one's a child, I know.
There's a child, yeah.
But we have got Steve coming.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
It is exciting. And it's sort of a bit of a shock when people start coming in because you realise this is for real.
Yeah.
This isn't.
It's not on just on paper anymore.
No, it's no longer a script.
Hello.
It is a play.
Hi.
William, will you please stop growing?
Taller and taller. Hi, Sharon. Hi.
We've got Claire,
Martin and Justin.
Jasper. It is.
Jasper. Oh, right.
And Nina's coming to this one.
Nina thought she might get a break. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
What I've actually done is I've left you some application forms. Now, just because you audition for that character does not automatically mean that you would be that character. We've even got somebody to hand them out.
I mean, I'd love to play around with Mr. Woodhouse. He's a lot of fun.
Mr. Woodhouse?
Yeah, Mr. John Knightley or Miss Elton, any of the...
Okay, so the scene we're going to do is pages 21 and 22. It's... So, it's Mr. Elton, Emma, Mr. Weston, Jane, Knightley and Mr. Woodhouse. Elton, who takes his opportunity, who is a very quick-speaking...
Of course you can move.
yes.
Yeah, of course you can move. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we get any way then?
Absolutely get them out there on show. We are watching and listening. So, whenever you're ready, guys, go for it.
Oh, I was just saying to Mrs. Cole, we had a letter this morning, this very morning. And I was afraid there would be little chance of my hearing anything from my niece, Miss Fairfax Jane, today. Jane Fairfax, that's my niece, Jane Fairfax, today. But here it is. Oh, I'm so delighted that she is coming to stay with us at least 3 months.
You had better order the carriage directly. My love, I dare say that we shall be able to get along if we set off directly.
My dear Miss Woodhouse, you must know that I am hoping, fearing, adoring, and ready to die if you refuse me.
I am very much astonished, Mr. Elton. This, to me, you forget yourself. You take me for my friend, Any message to Miss Smith I shall be happy to deliver, but no more of this to me, if you please.
Such a beautiful hindquarter of pork. You are too bountiful. Have you heard news? Mr. Alton is to be married.
And there is my news. I thought it would interest you.
Colonel and Mrs. Campbell are in town again in the summer, and I intend to spend some time with them.
I know Mrs. Partridge requires a governess. Please let me write to her on your behalf.
This will prove a spirited beginning of your winter engagement, sir. Something new for your coachman and horses to be making their way through a storm of snow.
What is to be done, my dear Emma? What is to be done?
Poor Mrs. Taylor. I wish you were here again. What a pity that Mr. Weston never thought of her.
I cannot agree with you, Papa. I cannot. Mr. Weston is such an excellent man and deserves a good wife. You would not have had Miss Taylor live with us forever and bear all my odd humours. My dear Jane, what is this I hear? Going to the post office in the rain? It is a sign I was not there to take care of you. You and I must positively assert our authority.
My advice is that you should not run such risks. You look as if you wouldn't do such thing again.
Oh, she shall not do such a thing again.
And there in those wild bowers a lovely form is made. Green grass and dew-steeped flowers wave gently round her head.
At Frank's insistence, as he remembers Miss Bates very well.
We should have stayed only 10 minutes, but the good Miss Bates gave no opportunity for escape until after 3/4 of an hour.
Did you see much of her, Weymouth?
I feel sure that she has already told you that I met her frequently in Weymouth.
Yes, sir, indeed. I am very much obliged by your kind solicitude about me.
My dear Jane, what is this I hear? Going to the post office in the rain? It is a sign I was not there to take care of you.
Poor Miss Taylor. I wish you were here again. What a pity it is that Mr. Weston never thought of her.
I cannot agree with you, Papa. I cannot. Mr. Weston is such an excellent man and deserves a good wife.
I was just saying to Mrs. Cole, we had a letter this very morning. A letter this very morning.
It is a pity that their circumstances should be so confined. Send them a leg, now that we've killed the porker.
My dear Papa, I sent a whole hind quarter.
Oh, a little turnip or parsnip, that would not be unwholesome.
Emma, I have a particular piece of news I heard on my way that I think will interest you.
News? Oh, I always like news. Why do you smile so?
Oh, my dear sir, what news, what news? Such a beautiful hind quarter of pork.
Oh, Miss Woodhouse, what do you think has happened? I was in such a tremble. I was just going to Ford's when I met Elizabeth Martin and her brother. He was very busy with an umbrella, but we shook hands. I was such a tremble.
Harriet, I have to tell you that we have news. Mr. Alton is to be married to a Miss Hawkins of Bath.
Although she speaks rather too quick. However, I like old friends.
My dear Papa, I sent a whole hind quarter.
Oh, my dear sir, what news, what news? Such a beautiful hind quarter of pork. You are too bountiful.
Things happened. I was such a tremble. I was going to Ford's when I met Elizabeth Martin and her brother. He was busy with the umbrella, but then shook hands. I was such a tremble. I was absolutely miserable and determined that nothing should stop me getting away.
Do we have...
And would you read nightly for me?
I'll read nightly, I'll read daily, I'll read whatever you like.
Just saying to Mrs. Cole, we had a letter this very morning. A letter this very morning.
I was afraid there would be little chance of my hearing anything from my niece, Miss Jane Fairfax, today. But here it is. I'm so delighted that she's coming to stay with us at least 3 months.
So Mike's doing Mr. Knightley, is that right?
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be doing this, but...
No, that's okay. We'll try you in the things that you want to do. Yeah. Just needs... Do you need somebody else to read again? It's okay. You just get a feel for everything. Okay, thank you very much. When you're ready.
I do not know what your opinion may be, Mrs. Weston, of this great intimacy between Emma and Harriet Smith, but I think it is a bad thing.
A bad thing? Do you really think it's a bad thing? Why so?
I think they will neither of them do any other any good.
You surprise me. Emma must do Harriet some good. This will certainly be the beginning of one of our quarrels about Emma, Mr. Knightley.
Which, of course, means nothing at all.
Miss Smith, message to Miss Smith. What could you possibly mean?
Mr. Elton, this is the most extraordinary conduct, and I can account for it only in one way. You are not yourself, or you could not speak either to me or of Harriet in such a manner.
Nothing new for your coachmen and horses to be making their way through a storm of snow.
You must know that I am hoping, fearing, adoring, and ready to die if you refuse me. Be assured of my ardent attachment, my, what are you called, love and unexampled passion. In short, I am very much resolved on being seriously accepted as soon as possible. Who can think of Miss Smith when Miss Woodhouse is near?
Okay, and action.
This will prove a spirited beginning of your winter engagement, sir. Something new for your coachmen and horses to be making their way through a storm of snow.
What is to be done, my dear Emma? What is to be done?
Is there anybody in the room who would like to read something more substantial of their own role? Pardon? Izzy, would you like to audition?
I'm probably not going to, just because I'm going to need to be like this all the time, so I just don't know if this can be very practical. And also, I think we've got so many incredible people here. I just don't know, especially on Extra Woman, we've got so many.
Oh, we don't. It is. Do you need a script?
Oh, man, do you? Yes, it is.
You know the lines already.
So give it some gravitas, Andy, please.
Okay, yes, I will, my darling. Dear beloved, we're gathered here today to witness the marriage of Mr. Weston and Miss Taylor.
What a pity it is that Mr. Weston ever thought of her.
We're looking forward to listening to this. You've had a little bit of time to have a look at it, so we're quite excited to hear it now. Okay, so when you are ready and you've taken plenty of breaths, Robin, it's over to you.
'Tis moonlight, summer moonlight, all soft and still and fair. The solemn hour of midnight breathes sweet thoughts everywhere.
Beautiful. Thank you very much indeed. A preference, Christian?
Well, it's kind of like what I was reading in Ramble. Mr. somebody.
No, I don't know. No preference at all, sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. Everybody who promises they will come happy.
We've no reason to keep you any longer, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Okay, hey Vicky.
So I first joined Alsager Community Theatre 2 years ago for their production of Connect. And then I did Romeo and Juliet last year as well, so I've done the summer show at the Tawdry Hall. So in 12th night I had quite a ball with Olivia. Just loved it.
Do you have a preference for Emma? What character you'd like to play?
I've put down Emma because I think I'm just going to shoot for the stars.
Why not?
I love the storyline, so I just love being involved in that setting. It draws you in.
Yeah.
And I just think this group is amazing. There's so many lovely people in the group. Just love being here.
Yeah.
I've been with them for about just over 2 years now.
Oh wow.
Like, there's only one play I've not done with them ever since I've joined, so I've absolutely loved it. Every play is different, every director is different, and it's made me... and this is lovely, Mr. Montague, and I was with you, and he's a big reason why I did come to the theatre as well.
Oh, I love that.
If you weren't married, Christian.
Okay, Christian. You're up. What has been your kind of journey with theatre in general, but then also with, you know, the Alsager Group?
Right, I started acting when I was 10 years old with this company. First thing I did was about 12 years ago. We did the Rivals by Sheridan. We did that at Morton Hall, and I've done numerous things ever since. I'm happy in any role.
Yeah.
And in auditioning for Emma, I'd be happy to get a part. If I don't get a part, I'll do something backstage in the house or something. But,
yeah.
I mean, I've done everything from musicals. I played Judas in Jesus Christ Superstar. So I've done
oh my goodness.
I've done panto. I love panto. Though some people get snobby about panto. I love panto. I usually get the dame or the village idiot kind of.
I love it.
I do serious drama. I was in Tessa D'Urville's played Ali D'Urville. Nasty character.
Yeah.
So
gosh, a range. You have a range.
I'll do anything and enjoy anything.
Yeah. I have to turn my heat to think of, because my god, it sounds like an airplane's taking off. Yeah, what a day. What a day filming the auditions. Honestly, I don't really know what I thought to expect, and this is not at all a reflection on the Alsager Theatre Group, but just in general with community theatre, I didn't know what to expect with how many people were going to show up, and obviously, I also didn't know, you know, how great everyone who showed up would be. I'm honestly so blown away. So many people showed up for auditions, and there were so many incredible people. They're gonna have such a hard job picking, and they even said that, Vicky and Eileen, when I left, like, it's gonna be tough actually picking people for main roles, and also just roles in general. You know, this isn't a humongous production where there's endless roles to go for, and with theatre you don't necessarily need extras per se, like most people do play a role in some form or another. When my mum sent me the information that they wanted to do auditions for Emma and it was going to be performed at Morton Hall, I think initially she sent it to me because she thought I'd want to audition. I don't have much theatre experience apart from my GCSE drama, but like just for fun because she knows I love Austen. But when I saw it, I was like, you know, there's a story to tell here. I think this year, with it being the anniversary year, there's so much being collected in the UK and globally about Austen and people's connections to Austen, but a lot of the time, you know, it's seen on like a big scale. It's things like the festival, or a lot of the societies are doing things. Chats with House, for instance, is doing things. You know, these are big events that they're putting on. And when I saw that they were putting on this production of Emma, literally in my local town, like where I've grown up, I was like, there's a story to tell here that's about the ways in which communities are celebrating Jane Austen's life as well, in what they're doing. And I mean, I think it's going to be such a great success, but you could just tell today, like, their heart is very much in this. I think in theatre in general, and that's why they're in this, you know, community theatre group, but these are just good people, you know, good local people, and I want to tell their story, obviously in relation to Jane Austen and Emma, but beyond that as well, just in the sense that they have this theatre group that they all love and that's been going for many a year. I mean, even Eileen's, she's been there for like two decades. Vicky, I think she said that she'd been there for like a decade doing this. So these are, and essentially these people are like volunteers. They are not becoming millionaires through this process. They're doing it because they love it and they love the people, and they love their community. So I just think that's such an amazing story to tell, and that is my goal with this. So that was the auditions done. I will be meeting with Vicky and Eileen later in the week as they start to place people. That's going to be such a challenge, but I'm excited, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes us and where this story goes. But yeah, that's it for today. I am very ready for my roast dinner right now. I am shattered. And I definitely need to pull this footage off my phone. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys.
So that group of ladies, Mrs. Goddard, Mrs. Cole, Mrs. Bates, are all going to be ladies maturer ladies who can you know, play a rounded sort of character with some softness.
I wonder about Fiona for Mrs. Cole.
Yeah, I mean, the gossipy nature of those ladies and the way in which they interact actually with Mr. Woodhouse, there's potential for moments with Mr. Woodhouse which can be quite clever. I think we can make. But again, it's a balance between not adding in too much because you've time limit and so on and so on. So you've got to be very careful about that. People like Claire and Fiona and Marie and Deb and Vicky and
there's Lizzie as well.
Laura and Lizzie.
Is there anyone that for you really stood out for Mrs. Elton?
I mean, Chris's deliveries on Mrs. Elton and Miss Bates were
both really good.
Outstanding.
Lizzie could well be Mrs. Elton.
Yeah, she's a possibility. Laura's too soft for Mrs. Elton. She's got one of the rounded roles. Nina could probably do a good Mrs. Elton. Georgia could do a good Mrs. Elton.
Could Claire do it? She seemed quite accomplished as an actress.
She does, yeah. Yeah, very accomplished.
Claire said Miss Bates, Mrs. Weston or Mrs. Elton. Sharon said Miss Bates, Isabella or ANO.
What did Vicky say?
She said Emma. Nina said nothing.
Marie?
Anything. Lizzie didn't put anything either.
No, I heard her actually say, I don't care what I get as long as I get to wear a bonnet.
Oh, I love that for her.
I did say that. Yeah, I should have written that down, shouldn't I? A bonnet.
The thing about when we go to Little Morton Hall is it really, in lots of respects, it doesn't matter what role you've got.
No.
It's a big team thing.
The being
involved. And being involved.
It's just a magical experience, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah. I think that's kind of the sense that I got, because I did a few like interviews with people as they were leaving. I mean, you could just tell they were just like, I don't really mind what I get, I just want to be involved.
Even if they're backstage, actually, the backstage people for me are more important than what's going on stage, because if it's not working backstage, it won't work on the stage.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you lose somebody.
And when you lose somebody, or
And they're due on.
Yeah, or if they haven't got the right kit or the right costume.
Or they get changed in the middle when they're not supposed to.
Yeah, or they get changed in the middle. We've had that.
And come on in a pair of pyjamas.
Yeah. I think we probably should have a think about the men.
I was going to think about.
I wonder if the sorting the men might make it easier to figuring out the women as well, because like there's a few people who are paired up, so you've only got a small amount of men to choose from anyway. So
But we currently have one more man than we have parts.
Oh,
we had Mike Badley.
Yep.
Who was actually sitting.
Mike was in green. Was he?
He's quite fine-boned chappy, very well spoken.
Yes, yep.
He was more interested, I think, in. I seem to recall. Who else did he say?
Mr. Weston, maybe.
Men.
Because I remember him asking about reading Mr. Weston, didn't he?
I think it was Mr. Weston.
Christine said anything. Martin said Mr. Woodhouse, John Knightley, or Weston. Mike Badley said Weston or Woodhouse.
Yeah.
Steve said anything.
Yeah.
And nobody else said anything.
Who was the gentleman in the wheelchair?
That was Ben.
Oh, that's Ben.
See, I really liked his reading of Knightley. I thought he's got such a nice voice that he just seemed very kind and like, I don't know, eloquent, which I feel like Knightley is. Like there is, but also managed to get the funny parts of it as well. I thought his Frank Churchill was really good as well. Frank Churchill, sorry, was really good also.
He's a professional voice actor.
Oh, is he? Yeah, he's got a really outstanding voice for sure.
Little Morton Hall is just a different game.
Because it's outside and everything.
Because of the cobbles. So we've sent him on a recce, and they've very kindly invited him, haven't they, to
They're either going, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday this week.
Oh, brill.
To see how we'd manage.
Ground is not level at all, is it? Any place?
I could barely walk over it. It's really difficult. We weren't sure whether he'd even be able to actually propel himself across the cobbles in his wheelchair.
There's Lorenzo.
He was
Do you
on
meet
rodeo
Lorenzo?
last year. A young fella, dark hair, came with Harriet. Harriet. Oh no, they came on Wednesday.
I was going to say, I saw him even
They came on Wednesday. So he's definitely a consideration for a role. Andy, glasses.
Yeah.
He came in from the other room. He's got a daughter.
In the hat.
In the hat, he had a hat. Yes, he did.
What's his source's name's Robin, or
That's
Robin.
the one.
Yes,
That's right.
Yeah. He did a great job.
You're doing well, aren't you?
Yeah, you see, that's remember them.
Yes.
Dear.
The other one that we had who came in on Wednesday was Rob, and he was the one who said that he didn't want to audition,
and then he did,
and then he came in, and we were saying, "Are you sure?
Have you been? Had your arm twisted? We thought maybe."
And he said, "No, I want to audition."
But he's got a lot of stuff on, Rob.
Yes.
A lot of different. So he's acting all the time. Stanley and William, the young men.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Did a great job.
Yeah.
You know, but we're going to probably put them into. We're looking to have some poems to indicate season. And
I think that's such a good idea.
Thinking about putting them in there.
What about the Trampers?
And the tramp. Oh yeah, they'll do the Trampers.
Yeah. Was there anyone that when you saw them you were like, it's really feeling that's Knightley?
A number. Yeah, a number. Christian,
Lorenzo.
Yeah, I mean potential Elton because of the comedic factor. Yeah. Elton. I think Christian.
Oh, Christian does
Lorenzo.
Oh, he just loves.
He's very funny. He's very funny. So he's got good timing, good delivery. He would, be a potential.
I would have thought Mike and Brian would be for the older gentlemen.
The older gentleman,
like
Mr. Woodhouse.
Yes.
Mr. Weston.
I thought Mike could make a good Mr. Weston. There's a softness to Mr. Weston, which I think he
there
has.
is. Yes, there is. You're right.
Yeah, I mean we've got some lovely men, and I think we've, as far as the men are concerned, it won't be too tricky to get them all in place. The whole thing is a bit of a balancing act.
Yeah, it is.
So ultimately,
well, you can put this together and then go, oh.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, actually, that doesn't.
That don't match.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
from
definitely.
here, what we'll probably do is probably 2 or 3 stabs at a cast list, and then draw from there.
The other thing is that what personally I would prefer to do is to say take Emma and Knightley to offer those parts, because there's always the danger that somebody will say, no, that's too big for me.
Right.
Oh, we always offer like that.
And I don't like giving somebody, announcing everybody and then say, oh, by the way, you're not Harriet after all, you're going to be Emma.
No, that
because
makes sense.
you're second choice.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would far rather make it that everybody is, as far as they're concerned, first choice.
Yeah.
So it will be a breakdown. There won't be sworn to secrecy, mind.
Yeah, we ask them, just as professionals, we ask them not to disclose our discussions with them until we publish the
final
cast.
list. Yeah.
I think that's about where we are today.
I don't think Eileen or Vicky wanted to kind of give away, or maybe they just don't know yet who's going to be in which positions. It does sound like they've got a lot of choice, which I think was really clear from the auditions. And then there's more people who had auditioned on Wednesday that I didn't see. And it sounds like a lot of people who would be good fits for Emma auditioned on the Wednesday as well. So I'm going to be excited to see what the final list is once they've, offered it to people and kind of secured people into specific roles. So what's next? I'm excited to go to the first reading and then sort of the other rehearsals. Next challenge is making sure that it's okay for me to record on the day of the shows. It's on for 2 weeks, give or take like a few days, but in terms of like the venue, me recording, how the audience is positioned means that they would be caught on camera apparently. So I need to sort that to make sure that people are aware. But yeah, that's the next challenge, but I'm gonna get some advice from different people and write something up for them.
Want to work with you.
Alright, yes, I'm good there.
Good. Alright. Pardon? What role did you get? Mrs. Weston? Yes. And you are
So Anna. Emma
Not the Emma.
Not the Emma, but the Emma in your own right. So do you want to just let everyone know what it is that you do for the community theatre group?
Yep, so I've been acting in the production assistant role and doing various backstage stuff and sound as well. So I've been sorting out where we're sourcing some of the props from and where they're coming on and off stage. And then with the sound, it's sourcing the sounds, putting them into the software and then operating it on the night as well. So this is my third. So I've done Snow Queen and a bunch of amateurs. So I only started in September and already...
You've already done 3? Well, this is your third.
Yeah, this is my third, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is totally crazy.
Yeah, moves quickly, yeah.
Yeah, and how did you get into doing this? Is this something you do as your full-time job? Or?
No, so pizza delivery is my my main job, but at uni did some live sound stuff, so bands and that lot, and live mixing through that. And there's a lot of crossover between the people who do that and people who did the theatre. So I helped out setting up some of the theatre events and doing flies and follow spotting for them. So I got a bit of a taste for it there and decided when I came back after uni to come here. Yeah.
Do you want to do something, or shall I just start? I want to start them.
Well, yes, I would like to get them going.
So what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm just going to tell you the story. Eileen sent you out a short synopsis and a long synopsis. And I ask you really to read the long synopsis. It's not one of those plays where the script tells you everything, because it doesn't. And there's a lot of acting in it. So, scene 1, Act 1, Scene 1. It's September, and Mrs. Weston makes a plan for Emma and Frank to get together. That's in her head. And Emma paints Harriet in not too many clothes. Scene 5 is the middle of winter. Emma is shocked and realises she cares about who Knightley might marry. Act 2, Scene 3, she gives a dinner. Emma gives a dinner at Hartfield. 4, everyone attends the ball. Mr. Elton snubs Harriet and Knightley asks her to dance, saving her distress. At Highfield, and she's rescued by Frank. After some hesitation, Emma allows Knightley to speak freely, and finally he declares his love for her. Harriet, Emma and Knightley are all married, and that's the end. And you are saved by the bell from my gravity.
Shall we start with Act 1? So everybody who's in Act 1, come onto the stage.
Need to know about Little Morton Hall. There are basically 3 entrance exits. Okay, so where Vicky is sitting is actually the main hall entrance. So when you look at your scripts and it says hall, that's where you're coming out of. And the majority of the scenes with Emma, Mr. Woodhouse, you're going to be coming out of there. To our left, we have the gardens. So if yours says garden, that's where you're coming from or going out of. To our right, approximately where that door is the other entrance. So if it says DR, it stands for dressing room. You will never go out from the exit which is actually behind us, because that's how the audience get into the courtyard. You will need to really speak up when you're talking in the courtyard. Your audience, unlike it is at the Civic, is in fact all around you. They are behind you, they're on either side of the entrance to the moat, they're all the way up the sides, apart from the entrance to the garden, and then they begin again, and they are in front of the hall itself. Sophie, who's here, you didn't meet last night. The way that we're going to do this, Emma is such a big part, we cannot afford for Emma to go off sick, be late, or anything else. And we're definitely not reading Emma out of a book, or with a book. So what we've decided to do, to make sure that they don't wear themselves out, we have got 2 Emmas. They will share the role, with one of them doing it one night, the other one doing it the next night, and they will alternate all the way through. So in fact, they'll do 3 performances each. So you will start the scene, and you will be facing the moat. Emma, you likewise are going to also stay on, so decide which one's going to do it tonight. Now, you won't come in from that end because that's the moat. Mr. Knightley, you're going to come back.
The real evils of Emma's situation were the power of having rather too much of her own way, and disposition to think a little too well of herself.
And she deserves a house of her own.
A house of her own? This is 3 times as large, and you never have any arguments, my dear.
Dirty, sir? Not at all. Look at my shoes, not a speck on them. By the way, I have not wished you joy.
Oh, not handsome, but I do not think him plain now. But did you ever see him? He is in Highbury very often.
The last sort of person to raise my curiosity. A degree or two lower might interest me, where I might be useful to the families, but a farmer can need none of my help, and as such beyond my notice.
You two, if we've got some sort of small benches, you sit on the bench side by side. So when you get your cup, you would take a drink and maybe have your little pinky out. And you're going to be watching everything she does. And if she picks her cup up like that, you straight away pick your cup in exactly the same way. And it has to be very obvious. I want the audience to see what you're doing.
Oh, part of my lace is gone. Oh, really, I have a troublesome companion, Mr.
You would not have had Miss Taylor live with us forever and bear all my odd humours.
My dear Jane, what is this I hear? Going to the post office in the rain? It is a sign I was not there to take care of you.
You are too kind, but I cannot give up my early walk.
Did you ever see such a thing? Oh, Mr. Weston. No one can think less of dress in general than I, but upon such occasions as this, with all eyes upon me...
Mrs. Elton, what a character, what a role to have.
So much fun!
Were you so excited?
Yes, very excited.
Yeah, it's quite a flamboyant character, so there's like a lot to play with that one.
Yeah. And like completely opposite to my natural character, so it's just going to be really good fun to have a go. And
that's okay. Oh, yeah, we did it right by the toilet. Anyway, like you do, it's fine. We make use of the space we have.
All the glamour.
But yeah, so what got you into, working with the theatre group and just like acting in general? Has this always been a passion?
I'd always wanted to do it and never had the courage. It was always the auditions thing that threw me. The audition for this was actually my second ever audition.
Oh my gosh, you would not have known. You were so good.
And yeah, I was nearly sick beforehand and I sobbed afterwards. So, it's far more scary than being on stage. I'll stand on the stage in front of anybody.
It's like that added pressure.
At all.
Yeah, when it's like in the room, you've got a script to read and people are judging you kind of thing, as opposed to, you just kind of being free to act. I can totally get that. So how many productions have you done with the Alsager Group then?
It's my first one.
So excited. Oh, in such a great role as well.
I feel really lucky, and it's such a nice welcoming group, so it's been great so far.
And your husband's playing Mr. Knightley.
Mr. Knightley.
I could
what
tell.
a heartthrob.
I know. I could tell that both of you knew the text really well though, because you both, when you were doing your auditions, you were already like a lot of the characters you were playing. So I was like, these two know Austen, I feel.
Yeah, well, I studied Emma at A-level.
Okay.
So I know it very well. And then I'd force-fed Martin and Jasper the audiobook for like weeks
That would be me, friend. I would do the same.
Yeah.
The blocking will come along concrete form in a while. But well done and thank you.
Otto the octopus.
Otto, okay.
Derek the duck.
Very cute, yes, like him.
Darcy the duck.
Darcy. Oh my god, do you know Darcy is another character in a different Jane Austen novel?
Pearl.
And one more?
I haven't decided this name yet. It needs to start with D.
It needs to start with D. Delilah. Dorothy. Delilah the duck. Artist, not just actress. Incredible. I love it. So that's me back from what wasn't the first read through, it was technically the second read through because I wasn't there yesterday because I was actually at yoga with my nan. It was really good to meet everyone. There was a few that I'd not met before. Sophie, who's one of the people playing Emma. I'd not met Lizzie before, or Hannah, who's playing Harriet. It's really good to see, the cast coming together now. I think what I'm thinking at the moment is like, will I be able to let these people narrate their own stories, is in terms of like not their character story but like their story is like people. Like I guess it's difficult because sometimes I have these great conversations with people and it's not necessarily appropriate to like shove a camera up like, can I capture this, because that's not authentic. So yeah, I guess at the moment I'm trying to gauge what is going to be able to be on camera and what's going to be what I need to like narrate after.
But everyone's just these are just like good people, you know, they're good people. They love acting and just like being in this community group. And I just think it's amazing. I just really want to do it justice. It's really interesting, actually. One of the women there, I can't quite remember her name. She's playing Jane Fairfax. I will grasp everybody's names. I'm doing quite well so far, but I will get everyone's name, hopefully by the time I see them again. But she said, you know, what is your motivation for doing this? Which I think is fair enough. Like, I'm this random person that I just like filming, and I am trying my best to get to know everyone, but obviously I am just this new character that's that's kind of appeared at their rehearsals and their auditions and things, and I've always got mics and cameras and things. So I think this is like such a great point. I literally said to her, you know, I love to capture stories. I want to tell people stories, and that was always a lot of my motivation with like the podcast. You know, it started out, I wanted to tell, you know, stories about Jane Austen, or like dive into her stories, and then it kind of evolved into telling the stories of the people who came on, you know, why they created something in relation to Jane Austen, whether that was a book or something else, you know, like why they fell in love with Jane Austen, like what their story was behind it. And so I guess it's kind of an extension of that. I just want to tell their story, but kind of that's encapsulated in this story of them putting on Emma. So it's a small town performing a story about a small town. Like, it feels very meta to me, and I just think there's something in that, right? I feel like there's something in performing community and celebrating community. So yeah, I guess my motivation is to tell a good story, I suppose.
Oh, what is that? What have you been up to? Did you miss me? You're a sweet boy, aren't you?
I'm looking at my character.
Oh, perfect. You'll look at the description.
One or two people have said that they're coming a little bit later because they're in scene 3 but not in scenes 1 and 2. So the Emma that isn't on stage will actually be there to help the other one dress. Let's volunteer to read in for Perry. This is the Elton's visit to Hertford. You're then going to walk around the stage to get back to where Ben is.
He has been calling at Randall's. Very pleasant people they seem to be. Mrs. Weston is your governess, I think. Having understood as much, I was rather astonished to find her so ladylike.
Mrs. Weston's manners are particularly good. Their propriety, simplicity and excellence would make them the safest model for any woman. Knightley! I could not believe it, Knightley! Never seen him in her life before and call him Knightley. And to propose that she and I unite and form a musical club. One would fancy we were bosom buddies. And this isn't friend.
I do not like strangers' voices, and nobody speaks like you and poor Miss Taylor.
Hello, I'm Ben Moss, and I'm playing Mr. Woodhouse.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about your acting life, how you got here at Alsager, what other shows you've been in. Tell me the whole story.
Well, this is my first time with ACT. I helped out a little bit behind the scenes on the last one, a bunch of amateurs. And but I do actually have been acting for quite a while because I am a voice actor. That is my main job.
That is so cool. What can you tell us, like any of the things that you've been a voice actor?
At the minute, it's all the stuff we do early days, so it's sort of like a lot of auditioning for adverts. That's where I am at the minute. I'm working with a charity for the blind on audiobooks. It sent me a humdinger of a book, so that's like 300-page tome. Thank you. So I'm working on that at the minute. So yeah, just trying to get my name out there and all the early days stuff you do as a voice actor.
Absolutely. And then in terms of like coming here and like acting here, what made you want to do that?
I tried to join loads of different drama groups, and then I found there was one here in Alsager, and I live here.
Oh, amazing!
Which I didn't know, and I've lived here for all my life, pretty much, and I'm nearly 27, so that was quite a coincidence.
And actually, that's kind of what I'm hoping for with this, is that I can encourage people to look more at what's going on in their community, because there's so much stuff going on, and I just think
if you don't look for it, sometimes you're not going to find it. So yeah, case in proof. But yeah, so in general, are you excited to play Mr. Woodhouse? Did you know much about Austen before?
I've known of Jane Austen, and you know, mainly Pride and Prejudice, because that's the one everyone knows. Mr. Darcy and all that. Mr. Woodhouse, it was quite funny when I got the role, because I didn't think naturally I'd fit an 86-year-old, but I'll take it. I love the character. I love that he does have sort of there's a lot of dry humour with that character, and that's very naturally me, if I'm honest. Although he doesn't know a lot that's going on, I do think Mr. Woodhouse has sort of enough of an idea about Emma to go, oh dear. What really helps, one of the actresses playing Emma, George, is a really good friend of mine, so that just worked quite. We laughed for ages when she found out I was playing her dad, because I'm pretty sure we more or less share a birthday.
I'm talking about reality.
I've met somebody around here is the one doing all of that. I think I've just found the friendly person
Mr. Weston, go. Hang on a minute, let me get it right a minute.
Oh, because you're in the one before.
After Knightley.
Oh, okay.
You're after Knightley.
My dear, did you change your stocking?
Pa? Yes, sir, indeed. I'm very much obliged by your kind solicitude about me.
My dear Jane, what is this I hear? Going to the post office in the rain?
My advice is that you should not run such risks. You look as if you would not do such a thing again.
Oh, she shall not do such a thing again. There must be some arrangement made.
But I cannot give up my early walk. I am advised to be out of doors as much as I can.
So I'd love to know about your experience so far in acting, what got you into acting, and then also your journey to working with Alsager and any other shows that you've done with this particular group, or any other group.
Okay. Have you got a long time?
Yes, we've got forever.
So when I was small, I started dancing, and then when I got to about 14, 15, I did some musicals with North Staff's Operatic. I played a dancer and a child in The Music Man, and I then went off to uni and didn't do very much at all while I was at uni in terms of drama. I waited until I was 38 to get pregnant and have a little girl, and as my little girl was growing up, she started to do dancing and then joined North Staff's Operatic. And
followed in her mum's footsteps.
Yeah, and when she went to audition for Oliver, I ended up auditioning too and got the part of a dancer. So that was really good fun. So as a result of doing Oliver and then Annie with the Calvers Mill, a friend of mine who lives in Alsager sent me a Facebook post about As You Like It. And I'd never done Shakespeare before. You know, my only experience of Shakespeare was at O-level and A-level English Lit. So I thought that might be quite fun. So I came along for the audition, not really knowing what to expect. Got asked if there was a particular part I wanted, and at the time I didn't know As You Like It at all. So I said, quite frankly, if I could be in it, I'd be the back end of the pantomime horse, you know. But I actually got the part of Duke Frederick, but changed into Duchess Frederica, who was the baddie. And when it was reviewed, although it was quite a small part, I was flattered by being told that I played Duchess Frederica with tight-lipped brutality. Ooh. And I was thrilled about that. So
yeah, what a review.
I was kind of hooked then. So I played several parts with Alsager, and I'm quite loyal now to Alsager. Being Olivia's servant the year before with Twelfth Night, and I had been Bottom in Midsummer Night's Dream, which I loved. And then the following year, after we did Midsummer Night, we did a play called Nell. Okay. That's about Nell Gwyn, and I got to play Nell's dresser, Nancy, who's a kind of common as you like Cockney. I absolutely love it. I love being on stage.
Isabella and Emma, I think, do act very much alike.
It is true, our hands are very similar.
Yes, there is a likeness, but Emma's hand is the strongest.
Frank Churchill writes one of the best gentleman's hands I ever saw.
I do not admire it. It's too small. It wants strength. It's like a woman's hand.
You know, Mrs. Partridge requires a governess. Please let me write to her on your behalf.
Thank you, but I would rather you did not mention the subject to her till the time draws nearer.
It was not long before Frank came to visit us, although he could so rarely be spared from Enscombe by his aunt. Her health was poor, and she relied on him so. His first fleeting visit was to Miss Woodhouse.
So, Mike,
Hi.
very exciting that you're going to be doing this. You are playing Mr. Weston.
That's right.
Very nice guy, great character. Are you happy with that? Is that who
I'm
you
very
auditioned
happy.
for?
Not many lines, and it's sort of straightforward to play, because I think he's a bit like me.
Oh, is this your first time doing one with Alsager then?
No, I did 2 years ago. I was another small part in Twelfth Night.
You had an interest in Austen like prior to this?
Yes, I used to live quite close to Chawton in Hampshire, and I did walks around there and obviously visited the house. And I went one day on a walk, and there was an event being held next door at the Knight's house.
Estate, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I met a descendant of, not a direct descendant of Jane Austen, but her brother's direct descendant.
Yes,
and
yeah.
we were in the drawing room of the house or something like that, and he was explaining all this. I was like in awe, thinking, wow,
Amazing.
this is as close as anybody can be to Jane Austen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how you got into like doing the community theatre stuff.
Okay. Well, I used to live down there, but I moved back up here about 2 years ago, and I saw in Facebook somebody saying, a lady who's performing in this play, Deb, we are looking for the final part for Twelfth Night coming up, and there was only about 5 or 6 weeks, I think, to learn that part. But luckily, it's a Fabian, that's right. It was only a small part, and I went thinking I was going to an audition with 4 or 5 people, and I walked through the door, and they said, right, this is your lines, then carry on.
You've got it.
And I got the part, which was a bit scary, but it was just great fun, edge of the seat stuff, and all went right on the night, which is what it's all about. Vicky contacted me, said, Mike, we are doing Emma, are you interested? And I said, ooh, Jane Austen, Emma, and because I got a bit of a thing about Jane Austen. But yeah, I love that period of history, and my children grew up literally running around all around there, so it's all very much very important. All the little villages she talks about in some of her letters and things like that. So,
Well, tell you what we'll do. We'll do that scene again.
And you're saying Mr. and Mrs. Elton, or Mrs. Elton, Mr. Elton, Mrs. Elton, Mr. Elton,
Miss Woodhouse?
insufferable woman, Knightley. I could not have believed it. Knightley. I've never seen him in her life before. And call him Knightley, and discover that he is a gentleman, a little upstart, vulgar being with her Mr. E and her caro sposo and her resources and all her airs of pet pretension, underbred finery. Actually, to discover that Mr. Knightley is a gentleman. I doubt whether he will return the compliment and discover her to be a lady. He speaks like you almost.
What's this going to be? This is one of my dresses. I'm going to put this over for the ball, but at the moment it just needs to be longer, so I'm letting out some of these pleats.
Miss Bates is a good creature, but as a constant companion, she must have some motive. I say he is so much occupied by the idea of not being in love with Jane Fairfax.
Balance out a bit, I suppose. So did you make this whole thing, or did you buy it? This is one that Barbara's made previously.
Okay, it's like 10 to 10, so I definitely don't want to be forever. And my phone's died, so I can't film this in video format, so I figured I'd just pop my mic on and see if that works. But I have a few thoughts, because I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how we're all chronically online nowadays. You can be in a waiting room and everyone's just there scrolling, and nobody looks up from the screen. And I also think we're drawn more than ever to build connections through social media, through dating apps, through Reddit forums. And yet, even though we technically have access to more people than ever through the internet and through social media, I feel like people feel more lonely and unfulfilled than they ever have before. And don't get me wrong, like I have made some incredible friends online, especially through my podcast, and I'm so grateful for that.
But one of the best choices that I've ever made was like moving back to my hometown about 18 months ago and reconnecting with friends and family. I started to play tennis again and met people through that. I got an allotment. I started going to kind of WeWorking spaces, like co-working spaces, to meet people. And I've made new friends in the area because of that as well. And I honestly think my mental health would have really suffered if I hadn't made that shift and invested in those in-person connections. And the reality is relationships through a phone will never replace what it feels like to be hugged by a friend when you're going through something hard, or the simple magic of making a new friend at, park run or at a dance class, or even meeting someone by chance and falling in love. I really think that's where the magic of, this life lies. It's those organic and unexpected connections that I think really help us create a sense of belonging. And look, I spend so much time online as well. I create content. I also get stuck doom scrolling at times. So I think sometimes we just need that reminder to put the phone down, connect more deeply with people right next to us, and make the effort to meet people on our doorsteps. And honestly, I think this is one of the biggest challenges for the generations growing up with social media, especially those who were at school during COVID. There's a serious mental health crisis for a lot of young people now. So many people struggle to communicate properly. People feel unfulfilled in relationships because they put so much pressure on one person to complete them, to fill this void that they feel. And a lot of people stay isolated at home and they don't go out and, join activities or do hobbies. So I just hope if anyone's listening, and they're feeling, unfulfilled and lonely at the moment, the sense of connection and belonging that you're looking for is found by the people who are living in the same space as you, like in the same communities as you at the moment. Not the uber rich influencers you see online, or angry trolls, or Jenny who you've not seen in a decade but you still have her on your Instagram or TikTok. And so I just want to encourage people to go to these activities that are on in your local area. Take a book to your local coffee shop, go to park run, go to a Bible study, like whatever works for you. But you could go to one of these things and meet a lifelong friend, meet the love of your life. You could just grow and develop as a person just by experiencing something new around new people. Anyway, I feel it was a much longer ramble than I was anticipating.
That's like I don't know, like being filmed, or like, and even when I do like extra work, I'm like, oh my god, there's a camera there.
Really?
Sorry guys,
that's so funny because like you're not. That's so funny that you're like nervous in front of the camera, but like you can do it in person on stage, like an actual audience in front of you in that moment.
That's what I say to people. Like this is the thing. Like I'm so used to this. I'm so used to like getting up on stage and making a fool of myself. As soon as someone puts a camera in front of me and it's two people, I'm like, oh my god, it's not malfunctioning. Oh my god.
Although I will edit this, so it'll just be the best bit.
Just edit me out.
No, I won't edit you out. You are the main character. Well, you're one of the people playing the main character. So you're playing Emma, and Georgia's playing Emma as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which I'm so happy about because it puts less pressure. It means we can actually practice lines together because we live close as well. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And we can both be in the same boat of stress.
Definitely.
It's just nice to like do a play where you're like kind of sharing the load as well.
Is your plan to do it differently, or are you trying to do it similar, Emma? Like, what is the...
I don't know. I love the fact that we do it kind of naturally differently because Georgia's such a different actor to me.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like she's got... In me personally, I feel like she's got so much more depth because she's had that training, because she's gone and she's got a degree in it and like she's been doing it for longer than me. So I kind of inspire stuff of watching her, and then she's like, she's always like, oh, you suit the role more. And I'm like, no. We both suit the role so much, but we play it completely differently.
Yeah, I have noticed that. That's what I was wondering, whether or not it was intentional or whether that just naturally happened because you've got different acting styles.
Yeah, exactly. But she sees me and she's like, oh, I wish I was playing it more like you. And I see her and I'm like, no, I wish I was playing like you. So it's good because we bounce off each other.
It's called Emma because it's all about Emma. So
yeah,
it's like
literally.
You're literally on like I think you're in every scene, aren't you?
Every scene except Act 1, Scene 3.
Like, and that's
like
a tiny what is that scene?
Oh god, I've not even brought my script either, but I know it's a little conversation and I think it's something to do with the plot. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's so funny with the scripts, you know, because when I first got my script, I figured it was just like everybody just picked up the one that they found on the day kind of thing. And then as time's gone on, I realised people really personalise them. So now I've even written my name in because I'm like, this is my one. And like people have them. I'm like, people definitely make them very personalised. Like people highlight stuff. There's tabs in people's things. Like people making notes. I kind of love that though.
I have a lot of drawings in mine. So like if I'm moving in a scene, if I'm like moving around during a scene and like I want to remember it, I just do like a swirl or I do a square, because there's a lot of walking around, and there's a lot of like, because it's in the round, like knowing where you're going to be.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of like, you need to know where you're coming in from and you need to know where you're going off from, because there's like multiple exits, isn't there? So it's,
But the mistake I made for 12th night was just writing everything down in pen or like colourful like biro, and then all of the stage directions got changed, so there was it was an ugly ass script. It was like falling apart by the end. It was so many crossings out, I could hardly like read things. I was like, no.
You know how many that you're going to be performing, how many George is performing?
I think it's going to be 3 and 3.
Okay.
We'll do 1 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 off, just to give each other a break probably. Yeah, it's good that like we have each other and we have like support, because I couldn't do like the 12th night. I loved it. I mean I loved it, everyone was so supportive to me, but I honestly wasn't ready to even like be the protagonist in a show, and everyone knows my dedication wasn't there, and everyone still says to me about like turning up to rehearsals, and I know I'm still awful, so I really try and work on that, but I was not there. My head was not in it. I think especially in community theatre, everyone just doesn't care, and they can fall themselves, and everyone knows that like we're here for the fun of it, like no one's being forced to be here. You know, going to Alsager Community Theatre, it was like I had no confidence. Before that, I decided I wasn't going to be an actor. I went to college, and like after lockdown, I just did nothing. Like, and during lockdown, I was just a bum, and like I got
a lot of people were.
Yeah, and I got to this point, and I was like, I need to do something for myself. Like, I need to not do, because I used to do things to impress my family or impress other people, or like to, you know, compete or feel like I was like enough. And then I started doing hobbies just purely for myself. And Alsager, I was like, I loved it because everyone was like, had these different jobs. Like, I just assumed, because I'd only ever done like dance classes and things where people want to do that as a career, or like the teachers do it as a career. I just assumed that everyone would come from a background of acting or something. Right. And then when I learned that everyone was like amazingly talented, but they all had different careers and like they come from like completely different ways of life, I was like, oh, this is like my place. Like, I love it.
When I was with Barbara, she had like she was telling me the most amazing stuff, and we were like chatting. And then I realised at one point I wasn't filming. I missed all this amazing footage from her. I was like, Barbara, I'm so sorry. I was like, can you say this again in the most natural way possible? And she was like, absolutely. She's fabulous. She was like, absolutely. She was like doing it again. But I was like so gutted because some of the stuff that she said, I knew I'd never be able to capture that moment again. So I was like, oh. No. So I was like, I need to make sure I'm always like pausing and starting again.
Yeah. No, I do the same. Like when I do self-tapes, the amount of times I've not been filming. In Australia, when I sent my first self-tapes for auditions, which I decided I wasn't going to do, and then they sent me an email saying like that the deadline was in a couple of days, and then I emailed back being like, oh, can I please have like a week more, because I completely forgot, aka like I wasn't going to do it. And then I realised like, oh, I need to try, and I just sent like a load of self-tapes in a hostel in Australia, like in the volunteering place that I was working. Yeah. Literally in like a public room, like with loads of backpackers and things like that went in and out, and I was just like, guys, can you just like try and stay out for like an hour, and I'm just gonna quickly film this thing. And like everyone was just like, why is she taking like, because I had props in my monologue. She was like, they were like, why is she taking like spoons and spatulas from the kitchen? Because like my monologue was like a piece where it was like an exercise in a play that I'd done before. Okay. And it was a family, and they were like, right, we're going to do this exercise. It's hippie guys, like, we're going to do this exercise where everyone talks about their feelings using these, and it's like, this is me, and you know, this is someone else, and this is how I feel, you know, but in a prop. So they all just thought I was insane. So like, Sophie, why are there like all these spatulas and spoons in this room? And like, yeah, and I bought this like cheap tripod, and I was like God,
trying to figure it out. That's the thing. You just got to figure it out.
Made a backdrop with a blanket, like one of our blankets that we would like sleep with in the staff room. I was like, I was hanging it on surfboards because there was like loads of surfboards in the side room. God, and the amount of times I didn't press play because I was trying to do it really rushedly.
Yeah,
and I was like, no, and I was like sweating, no aircon, so I had this fan like blasting, and I was like powdering myself every 5 minutes.
What were your self-takes for then? What have you kind of auditioned for? Oh, uni
like
stuff?
to go to drama school.
I think you're at drama school now.
Yeah, I'm in a part-time drama school in Manchester.
Fair.
But these self-tapes were for Liverpool, Philippa.
Yeah, Philippa,
and I'm currently on the reserve list for the BA for acting, but I don't know how. Yeah.
Amazing.
But so that's, I'm really like, I think that's an achievement in itself for me.
It is, yeah, it's massive.
But I started the part-time Manchester course just because I was like, I want to start something now, and the course started on the 1st of May, and I thought, why not? Like, I'll go for it because I auditioned for that and I got in, and I'm really enjoying that. Like, I was really surprised because it was part-time. I was like, I really wanted to have that uni experience and do full-time, but everyone's so great, and like, it feels like it's not the same because it's more of a course, and like it's a little bit more serious, and obviously more TV, more scene work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's pretty much similar vibes as Alsager because everyone comes from different like ways of life. People have got families and got into it later on in life and had breaks from drama and have, gone into it.
Yeah.
And everyone's so nice.
So you're getting the train into Manchester to do it?
Yeah, every Thursday for 4 hours.
Oh God, before rehearsals as well, blimey.
Yeah,
Thursday's a hell of a day for you.
Yeah, so last week I was a bit knackered. That's why I came in late because my train got, not delayed actually. I was on the train going home and I was going to get home at 5:30. I was like, yeah, everything's chill. And then they were like, the windscreen has broken on the front of the train, so I had to basically wait an hour for the next train. Got home at 6:30, so I should have been on time, but I had
and it was a mad rush.
I had to eat, procrastinate,
Anytime you don't show up or you're late, I'll just envision you just like sat there like procrastinating, like I'll go in a second.
Yeah, it'll be either like I'm doing some sort of organising of my room, or like I'm just taking ages to like get an outfit on or change clothes, or I go, I'm gonna have a 5-minute shower, and 5-minute shower turns into half an hour shower. So that's pretty much why. So if I'm ever late to rehearsals, that's why. Sorry.
That's why she's late.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I promise I wanted to obviously go to the south. Like I got into the Rose Bruford Foundation, but it's not affordable. I'd be moving away for 1 year, and then I wouldn't be able to work on the side because it's such an intense course.
Yeah, it's so expensive to live down south. Yeah.
So I just thought, you know what, I'll try this, and definitely there are other ways to get into acting other than doing a top degree course at RADA,
Yeah.
And I think people forget that, and they think, they go for a course because of the name or because of the reputation.
I think it's hard as well, like you said, like it's such a shame that some things just aren't accessible for everybody, That's the reality. Like I think a lot of people, like especially us, like when you grow up north, the cost of living down south is so immense. Like if you live down south your whole life, you don't notice it the same, but I know when I moved down there, it was such a shock because I was like, why is everything like double the price? So do you have any like particular role that you would like to have in the future, theatre or on screen? Is there like any or a particular project that you're like, oh my gosh, I desperately would love to do that?
So one of my dreams is to do like a project that goes around like more. I know that there are ones already that goes on like care homes, so like plays more catered for like older generations that actually go around like care homes or residential homes and like perform. And I know that people do that already, but I don't think there is enough for definitely like for people like who are lonely or have care, or because when I worked in care homes and working in care, it's like you realise how lonely older people are and how much they don't get focused on, even though they're getting that care, because we're not given enough time, understaffed. There's so much you have to do with like medication and nurses, and you know, I feel like they don't get as much entertainment as they need. Some of the old people will have like families who come every single day, and some of them nothing. The only interaction they get is carers and nurses.
Right.
And I feel like there should just be more entertainment. Especially if you're paying so much to be in a care home.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah. Any opportunity I got, like when I was working at a care home, singing, dancing, messing around, like with residents, like is the funnest thing ever.
Yeah.
But I feel like there should be groups that come in like on the weekly and like actually perform or actually do like more workshops. I'd love to make like either like a charity or like a business that like, you know, runs kind of charitable wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something I'd like to create in the future if I have the opportunity. Definitely.
Well, any way that I could support, I would absolutely love to.
Yeah.
That sounds so wonderful. So another week, another filming, the rehearsals. They were rehearsing last night as well because they do Wednesday and Thursday, but I'm at yoga on Wednesday, so I can't record. I got an email from Eileen and she said it was very thin on the ground yesterday. So we're literally just, well, it's the Easter weekend tomorrow on. So I think a lot of people probably go on holiday. It kind of falls with school holidays, so people taking their kids out and things. Yeah, I feel like they had low numbers, so we'll see what it's like tonight. But if it's so low, who knows, I might end up reading bits. I suppose when you're in these kind of smaller community groups, you do have these ebbs and flows of how many people are showing up and things. It's normal people, normal lives, you know. We have things going on.
Good week. That's mine. Half a week. She's all there, I know. Yeah, very funny and all that sort of stuff.
I guess I made a mistake and it's the wrong one. So when I put it on, I went, oh my goodness, it's my hair matches my hair. They'll be queuing around the block to see this show.
They will. I've got to give the list to Eileen so we can cross-reference and see. I think I have 12 at the moment, so I am missing a few still, but that's okay.
Scene 6, scene 7, and then scene 8. That means we've only got 2 more scenes to do to actually block this. And what I've put down is that from the hall.
How long will it take the servants to build box on stuff?
As fast as I can use a whip.
I'm wondering whether we should bugger off through the hall and come round to through the garden, because that way we have moved from one location to another. It's very more obvious.
That actually is an excellent idea, thank you. So that's the rug, that's the table, are here. And Mr. Weston is opposite them. Well, you don't want my scribblings.
I do.
And Mr. and Mrs. Elton, William, clearing the stage. So you help yourself to something off the trays. Have a walk, look out through the garden, look at the hall, whatever you like.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm ordered by Miss Woodhouse to know what you were all thinking.
Is Miss Woodhouse?
A bit of laughter there. And a bit of, ooh.
Is Miss Woodhouse sure she would like to know what we were all thinking of?
This is the sort of thing which I did not for myself privilege to inquire into.
She demands that each of you say one thing very clever, 2 things that are moderately clever, or 3 things very dull indeed. And she engages to laugh heartily at them all.
Very well. I need not be uneasy. 3 things very dull indeed.
Ah, ma'am, but there may be a difficulty.
Pardon me, but whenever you have stopped at 3, a hasty and imprudent attachment may arise, but there is generally time to recover from it afterwards. It can only be weak, irresolute characters who will suffer such an unfortunate acquaintance.
Well, I have little confidence in my own judgment.
Right, is it going?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Are you just videoing us biscuit stealers?
You are the biscuit stealers, and I actually think that's relevant to this whole video. Like the whole thing, I think, is actually just going to be about you guys being biscuit stealers.
You pantos. Yeah, that's pretty. That's rogue. It's pantos. I love that for you. I know you're just saying you don't do pantos.
I got the main part.
What was the part?
Well, second main part.
That's it. You can just say the main part of the video. That's fine. What was the part?
It was John.
John. What were you doing?
It was kind of an adaptation of Snow White.
Yeah, so like my second play here, we did Oliver Twist, and I was Oliver.
Wow, big
Yeah.
role. What was the first one you did?
12th Night.
Okay. Wow, so you did one play, and next thing you know, you got a lead
Yeah.
role. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're thinking you'll maybe take drama in high school?
Yeah, I mean, anyway, so I've chosen my options.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I've chosen drama and food, and music as a backup.
Ooh, I did all 3 of those.
They're so innocent.
Oh my god, actually, we're not talking about all the drama.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the embarrassing bits.
Yeah, all the embarrassing, I've got all the gossip.
Oh, the gossip!
Is he? I only insult people.
Sorry, Jasper.
Oh, well,
Have I insulted you?
So that's how you do it instead. I feel like I'm on a bit of an angle though.
Well, so when we get home, that's outside of the hard rubbish bin. That's the old one. And the new one's in the corner, and he went, and there's
Are you doing a servant role in the play? Are you reading a poem as well?
yeah.
Are you discussing Austen? Are you discussing Austen? Do you see how my aunt and I was... Oh, the spicy bits in Austen. Oh, goodness. Hi.
Yeah, but clearly I have to pay for my lessons.
Aliens and stuff. Maybe that would be a good evolution of them. Come on, James. I guess.
So that's what I have.
Yes, Liz, that's what I knew then.
Who is actually playing which person?
Yeah, I have that as well. George. Yeah, but you've got to think as well. I'm like had years of writing. So
That's how you spell it, I think.
I'm gonna put George because that's how she puts it on my phone.
That's easy.
What's your PA?
Oh dear.
That's so.
Should I just put that just for stuff? Yeah.
You will remember who I am.
I will. I feel like I'm not bad at it.
At first, I'm in the shadows, just suspiciously watching, and then I creep forwards and then start getting involved.
Okay, yes, well it is true, and that is how it's going to play out on video, for sure. Yeah, although I did catch a part of your reading in your auditions. That was really quite impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Next is Harriet Smith.
Everybody leaving, Has he been helping? He actually has, honestly. I used to be an assistant, now I have one. Is that Libby? You're in the WhatsApp group, right, Libby? This is the crazy room.
Moonlight, Summer Moonlight by Emily Jane Bronte. 'Tis moonlight, summer moonlight, all soft and still and fair. The solemn hour of midnight breathes sweet thoughts everywhere. But most where trees are sending their breezy boughs on high, or stooping low or under a shelter from the sky. Oh, I should probably not clap. You need to go.
Why?
Who's next? After you.
Huh?
When you're ready.
Read the poem! Okay. Lines written in early spring by William Wordsworth. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I stayed reclined. In that sweet mood was pleasant when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link, the human soul that through me ran. And 'tis my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes.
Fabulous.
Oh, sounds terrible. Can I go
Was I on you?
No,
it's my turn.
Are you ready?
To Autumn by John Keats. Season of myths, a mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless with fruit the vines that wrap around the thatch eaves run, to bend with apples and the mossed cottage trees, to fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the gourd and pump the hazel shells, with a sweet kernel to set budding more, and still more, later flowers for the bees. I think we should be calm, brilliant.
Yeah, I definitely think we need calm.
pay attention to
We need to be calm when we're listening to other people because they did us a courtesy of being calm, you know. So we can sit down.
Yeah. But you know where Jasper's the next old?
Let's just sit.
I said there was a big gap between us and them.
Sit.
So busy.
Okay, we are ready.
Just make it on.
Take it away.
Young Lands by John Clare. The spring is coming by many signs. The trays are up, the edges broken down, that fence the haystack, and the remnant shines like some old antique fragment weathered brown. And where suns peep in every sheltered place, the little early buttercups unfold, a glittering star or two, till many trace the edges of the blackthorn, clumps in gold. I don't know why my voice suddenly deepened it. Why are you looking at me like that? Yeah. I don't like people looking at me. Oh,
So, what was the notes yesterday? Like what you guys need to work on?
She told us to come in here and
just read the poems, yeah.
We need to read them 3 times.
Should we go back from the start again then? Have you guys performed it a little autumn hall before?
Yeah. Romeo and Juliet and
Was it hard to be heard?
I mean, like, it depends on
you
how
have to get more than when you are inside. I don't think it's that.
If it's in the
If it's in the marquee, then.
and it's raining really heavily, then
Oh,
I
yeah,
get it. That one night in Romeo and Juliet, we lived.
Was it?
I think it was Romeo and
Right, when
Juliet.
I
Yes.
shut it down.
Yeah, we.
And someone that scream their lines.
Yeah. And then I think that happened in Romeo and Juliet as well. We had to scream our lines
Oh my goodness.
because of how heavily it was raining.
At that 12th night, I looked at the sky and said, yeah, the rain's going that way, it's not going to rain. Like, 12 minutes later, it started chucking it down. If I get through all the stages, then I can get into London and I can be an actress.
Absolutely.
No, it's still true. She's getting an award and then that video drops.
Autumn by John Clare. I love the fitful gust that shakes the casement all the day, and from the mossy elm tree takes a faded leaf away,
Hang on, we'll slow down just slightly for me because I can't process what you're saying.
twirling it by the window pane, with 1,000 others down the lane. I love to see the shaping twig dance to the shuttered eve, the sparrow on the cottage brig, whose chirps would make believe that spring was just now floating by in summer's lap with flowers to lie. I love to see the cottage smoke curl up with 3 naked trees, the pigeons nestled round the coach on dawn November days like these.
That's nice, yeah. I like it. Cottage. Nice. That's good. Do you know what I really love about all of you? Like when you read it, you all really have good pace it. You know, like I feel like I can really like sit and say it.
That's
You're not rushing through, which is so good.
In that green bower.
Oh, okay, you want to do it again? Okay.
Yeah. Through primrose tufts in that green bower. Yeah.
That's serious. I like it. Yeah. I will do that one. Yeah. Alright, do you have a line that you like?
Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
Well done, good for you. There's fishes in the water tank. What else do you think there'd be in there? Bubbles? Yeah.
I love the fitful gust that shakes the casement all the day.
Nice.
What?
passionate as well.
Stand on the table.
What was it that you guys were doing yesterday?
The last couple of scenes. So everyone is pretty much in the last scene.
Oh, everyone's in it, yeah.
Yeah, big wedding scene.
That's fair.
I decided that you would need proper warm-up this evening because I couldn't hear you in there yesterday, which I fully expected to, but couldn't. So we're looking to try and improve breathing so that we can make louder noises. Eileen says everybody can hear me in here. Right, this is very simple. You kids know how to do it, don't you? I will help you, and you can all do this. Yeah? Do you want to look at the screen so you can see where to come in? Come round here then, don't look at them.
Nobody's home. Meat nor drink, no money have I none.
Everybody have a go at this one, gentlemen.
Hey ho, nobody home. Meat nor drink, no money have I none. Hey ho, nobody home. Hey ho, no money have I none. Meat nor drink, no money have I none.
Very merry.
That's it. Give yourself a clap, guys.
Oh, very like Maple Grove indeed. My brother, Mr. Suckling's place. I'm quite struck by the likeness. Mr. Elton, is it not like Maple Grove? Astonishingly alike. Of course, the waters in Bath have quite a wonderful relief to give, both to yourself and Mr. Woodhouse. I should be delighted to give you an introduction. I've taken a great fancy to Jane Fairfax. Absolutely charming. A sweet and interesting creature, and she plays so well. Miss Woodhouse, we must exert ourselves to do something for her.
Well, we're only going to have 2 shows. Always particularly good. Anything afterwards?
Yeah. Faint.
And then you run off after him.
Yeah, otherwise we make sense of waiting so long.
That's George, yeah. Okay, try that, guys. Try those lines, see if you can make it work.
I'll seek them out. They will not be in our land for very long.
I must hurry to an appointment also. I'll follow on. We should catch these ruffians and move them on.
They shall not be in our land for very long.
I must hurry to an appointment also. I'll follow on. We should catch these ruffians and move them on.
Seek them out. They shall not be in our land very long.
Not too quick, Martin.
I must hurry to an appointment also. I'll follow on. We should catch these ruffians and move them on.
Yes.
Miss Bates, I hope you are well. And Miss Fairfax, are you enjoying the air?
Mr. Churchill, why yes, excessively. We walk regularly, you know, and it is so good for Jane's health. We were on our way. Mr. Churchill.
I wonder, have you heard from Mr. and Mrs. Dixon?
I'm Robert Shonno and I play Frank Churchill.
Okay, Rob, welcome. Where have you been? All the other rehearsals, not seen you.
I've been in another show.
Oh, do tell.
Last week I was in Calendar Girls with the Malcott Players.
That is not what I was expecting, but yeah.
Yes, I was the lead calendar girl. No, I wasn't.
I was going to say, wow, this is a very different take on that show for sure. Was that fun?
It was, yeah. Well, this is my second play with Alsager.
Okay.
The first play I did only a few weeks ago, which was a bunch of amateurs.
Yes. Was that good?
It was brilliant. Absolutely loved it.
Amazing. The posters were all over. They looked so. It looked so good. Like it did look like a really good. And I saw a little bit of a snippet of it because I came one of the days and you guys were rehearsing.
Oh.
I think it was when we were doing auditions for Emma.
Yes.
You guys were still wrapping up, I think, your rehersals. So
okay. Yes, I remember.
I saw a little bit of it, but no.
No, it went really well. It was a really good play.
Yeah.
One of the most demanding roles I've ever had because I was in the whole play.
Oh gosh.
Lines in every scene, so.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but it was great.
So is it a bit of a relief that you got French Churchill this time, not like
it's
Knightley or
nice.
something?
It's nice to have a break.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a break. Yeah. I've been doing Andram for the past 30 years.
Wow.
Well, technically 27, but my first play was sort of 30 years ago. You do the couple of primary school plays that you have to do.
Facts.
And then went to high school and started doing the plays with them, and then someone was like, oh, there's a group, an amateur group, do you want to join it? So I'm like, yeah, sure. The Endon Dramatic Society, so did a few plays with them, and then someone who I worked with was like, oh, my son's in a group, let's join it. And then I went to another group and did like 5 or 6 years with them. And
next thing you know, it's
another group.
Every weeknight you're there doing stuff, yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, what starts out as a hobby then consumes your life.
It does. It's a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. It's very rare that you'll find someone that once comes and does a play and then just doesn't do them again. The majority of my closest friends are all theatre people, or thespians as we call them.
Thespians? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, big words.
big words for the video. I'll have to do like a little thing where I translate for everyone and for myself. I'll get a little notebook. What do these words mean?
Yeah, of course, the plays and the shows are what it's primarily about, because that's why people get involved to perform on stage or on camera or whatever the case may be. But then you do make those friendships or those close connections with people, and then, of course there's people who don't perform in the plays, but they're part of the production team and directing and things like that.
Yeah.
And so, and you all become a family, you all follow each other around. Someone goes, oh, there's something over here, oh, let's go do that, and then this one's for charity, and this is a murder mystery, and like I say, the majority of my friends are all
in
theatre people, and it's a small world when you go places and you bump into people that you haven't seen for years, or they know other people that you've worked with, and it's oh my god, I haven't seen you for so long, and it's crazy.
What are you doing at this stage of your life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like when we performed the last play, a bunch of amateurs, there was a guy who came to see us who was friends with the director, and I was in a play with him, the first sort of Stoke-on-Trent or Central England version of Disney's High School Musical back in the 2000s.
Oh, that's
and
wild.
I played his dad.
Oh, that's
and I'm not that much older than him.
Oh, that's so funny.
Never. How could it possibly come into your head?
I have lately imagined that I saw symptoms of attachment between them. Expressive looks, which I did not believe to be made public.
Oh, you amuse me excessively. There is far from any attachment as any two beings in the world could be. That is, I presume it is to be on her side, and I can answer for the gentleman's indifferent on his.
Very, very, very,